In the mix with DJ Rambo Rich.
Okay, so welcome to the What's That Music About podcast. I'm your host, DJ Rambo Rich. And in today's guest, we have Nadia, a DJ producer from Cumbria. So with no further ado, I'm going to get her to introduce herself and tell her a bit about herself, and then we'll start the episode. So first of all, thanks very much for coming on the podcast. And if you just introduce yourself, and we'll take it from there.
Yeah, so my name's Nadia. I'm actually from Burnley, but I live in Cumbria.
Okay, that's what confused me, yeah. Okay,
I've
so
got the
apologies
Burnley
there.
accent.
No worries.
Yeah, I'm from Burnley, Lancashire, and I'm 35 years of age, and I've been doing music for 10 years as a DJ and producer. I used to be Nadia Lucy, doing house music, and then we'll speak a bit more, but I ended up disappearing for 3 years, and I'm back now as a brand new producer called Nadia, making bouncy techno.
Cool. So, I looked on your Instagram because I do a bit of research on the guests before I do it, and on your profile it says you liked. Correct me if I'm wrong here, just to say. So it says 90s nostalgia, bounce and techno. What I did like also on your profile that it says big smiles and big positive energy.
That's
I
so
love that. I mean, I remember the first time I met you, and it was at Pete Tong in Preston, and I did get that straight away from you. Is big smiles and positive energy, and I just
That's
love
what
it.
it
It's
needs
great.
to be. The world
Definitely.
is so dark and depressing sometimes that everybody just needs to smile and give positive energy out to the world. That's what we need.
Definitely. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to move to the first round, which is mixtapes and memories. So 1 second, and we'll be back with that. Okay, so this is mixtapes and memories, and in mixtapes and memories, we talk about past memories of music and how you got into music. So to start that off, what is your first memory of music?
Well, I've been listening to music since I was a baby. My mum is a huge, massive Motown fan, and I've just been brought up with different types of music. My brother had some, somebody vinyl decks when I was younger, and he was playing like big techno and Tony DeVate and stuff like that. So I've always had like a big eclectic round of music since I was really small. But then I went and did a season in Ibiza in 2015, and I thought, do you know what? I'm going to learn to DJ and see what happens. And here I am.
That's great. Great. So, the nice thing about, like, we're similar ages, I'm 34, you're 35, is this next question with the younger guests I get, they're usually, it's all digital. So the next question leading into what I'm talking about here is, what was the first, like, music you bought? Now, I'm assuming it's going to be physical media because of our age.
Yeah. Well,
so what was the first album or that you bought? Do you remember?
I remember way back when I was at HMV, and I had to stand outside and ask someone to go in and buy me Eminem Marshall Mathers LP. And I remember playing it in my house, and my mum listened to the first bit where it says you can da-da-da, and she ripped it out and gave it to my brother, and I had to go again and get another one.
Oh, that's funny. I mean, I like it's nice when I have a guest that's had like the physical experience of buying physical media. It's nice. Like I say, I love that. Yeah. I mean, I did a Christmas season working at HMV just because I wanted to work in the music section. Like, I felt so cool. Like, okay, it didn't pay the best, but the fact that you could wear the HMV logo on your top, and then someone asked you about music and you got paid for that, it was just like, even if it was just for Christmas.
Yeah. Well, we had
amazing.
Like in Burnley, we used to have a record store, and it had all the vinyl and CDs, and obviously you could play all the CDs. And like Burnley and the Northwest is known for bounce, so you had Maxime's, Monroe's, Wigan PR all around.
Yeah.
So I used to play a lot of them. So in my loft, I've got a massive box of like Wigan PR and all the bounce music. So that's what I was like brought up with in school. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I love that.
When I was at secondary school, there was this Scouser lad in my class. because I didn't go to a normal secondary school like a high school because I'm dyslexic. I went to a school for people with like learning difficulties and behavioural problems. But for me, it wasn't the behavioural problems; it was the learning difficulties. But I had
Yeah.
a lad in that class. He was a Scouser, and he used to give me these like CDs that he's burned, and it was something called Liverpool Rooms. And I used to
Yes.
look. I don't even. I've tried to find this music, and I've struggled to find it. And I really want to try and like find this Liverpool Rooms. It was
It's
called. So
called
if any
Pleasure Rooms. Pleasure
right, okay,
Rooms.
right, because this is the thing. Like, this is a great. Someone actually knows what I'm talking about here. And he used to like burn me the discs of like sets and stuff. And I used to get it. And I love this, man. Like, it was great. So that's a good little story then.
Pleasure Rooms is brilliant. Oh, honestly, the Scouse House and stuff. That's what I mean. Like living in the Northwest, it was just rife with bounce
Yeah,
music.
yeah. I
So
mean,
it's been a massive inspiration.
I feel like we're lucky living in the Northwest because we've got such a heritage of like electronic music with Manchester, Liverpool, even Wigan as well. You see, like you say, in that area, like Burnley in that area, like it's great. Like I feel like we've got such a good history that we can just like build on now, which is great. So talking of that, what was the first experience of like DJ? You may have mentioned this before, but I wanted you just to get that in there. So, what was the first DJ set do you remember doing? You may have
I
already mentioned that.
Yeah, well, I haven't because basically when I come back, I was learning to DJ. My friend DJ Chester, come and gave me some free lessons, and I went and DJed just in Burnley town, just doing some free gigs around Burnley town. I became like there's something called Grenade, so I became a resident for Grenade, and I put a mix out for Grenade, and it had thousands of players on SoundCloud, and it just built and built and built, and like. I can't even believe that the places I've been able to play at, which we'll probably go into, but I've been very, very lucky.
I love that. I love that. So the final question of this round is: so what was the like first gig or concert or like music event that you went to?
Oh, I went to see Michael Jackson when I was a kid.
That's great.
Oh, yeah,
That
that's
is
so
good. That is
lucky.
cool.
I went to the History in Sheffield, the History tour, and I was obsessed with Michael Jackson when I was a kid. So yeah, that was the first proper concert I ever went to. And how mad's that? Like, that's an amazing concert in it to say I've been to. So yeah, I seen Michael
Definitely.
Jackson live.
I want to. I'm trying to remember the name of this song now. You've made me think of a song, and it's like not like a favorite of people's for Michael Jackson's music, but I'm trying to remember the name of this song.
Oh, I
And the
love him.
lyrics, the lyrics go, "There's a place, feed the world," I think it's called.
Yeah, that's a tune.
Like that's one of my favorites. But yeah, anyway, I think we've got everything we need there. So I think we're going to move to the next round, which is on repeat. So 1 second, and we'll be back with that. Okay, so this is on repeat, and in on repeat, we'll talk about what you're currently doing, the present. So to start that off, currently, what is your biggest daily challenge?
Daily challenge.
Yeah.
I would say obviously music. I work full time, so it's very difficult just to be able to do music constantly, which I want to do. But I think once, obviously, that I can start making some money, which is difficult because obviously it costs so much money. But my daily challenge basically is just having to work. I just don't want to work. I just want to be in the studio 24 hours a day, to be honest. And I find it difficult just trying to, be able to fit everything in with work and daily just life and everything else. But I try and get into the studio as much as possible. And my journey is just a slow journey, but I'm sure that it's, it could pay off. So we'll just wait and see.
Well, I mean, and not to sound cliche here, but we always think of like the hare and the tortoise,
Yeah, true. It's true.
like slow and steady is better than like rushing, and then sometimes people get out of their depths, don't they, or they get to a situation where they're not comfortable. So I'd always say the slow and steady things. But it's funny, I don't know, I would imagine you've probably had this experience. I don't want to speak for you anyway. Sometimes you can have like a period of time where it not the next level, I don't like to say that, but like suddenly you feel like you've got progressed a little bit, shall we say, and then suddenly all this stuff is thrown at you, and you think, oh my god, I
Well,
have all
it's
these
not
things.
that. You've got to think right now, nowadays, like back then, when it was like vinyl and stuff, you showed up, you did your set, it was word of mouth. Nowadays, obviously, you've got all social media, obviously your
Yeah.
production, and then working full time. Like it's like me editing and content and stuff like that. It's not like my forte. I struggle with it. Takes me time. But I just think just keep doing what I'm doing. Things are working. I've had like so much happening since I've come back as Nadia, which I'll tell you all about. So yeah, everything's going well. I'm just slow and steady, but slow and steady wins a race. We'll see.
Definitely. I think with you though, a key thing with you is when anything you put out, you can just see that the passion's there. And I'm not saying this to be nice. I always make a point of this. I'm not saying this to be nice. Like, you can see that you're passionate about what you do. So I feel like when someone that doesn't know you views that, you've already won them over because you've got the passion there. So, like, of course you're going to be... Let's listen to her music and see what this person's about, because you're so passionate about it that, like, people's normal sort of like barriers, like, oh, it doesn't, I'm not really interested in that, they're thrown out the window because you're so passionate and the way you come across. I think that's a big point for you. Like, that is one of your strengths, I would say, is your passion for what you do. So yeah, and I'm not saying that to be nice.
I really have, and I appreciate that, because I have, like, it's not, even if I won the lottery tomorrow, I would still do it, because music to me is like therapy. It helps me, and it's not to do it just to be, I don't know, like, just to be an influence or anything like that. It's just basically, I'm just a small town girl who loves music, who loves to dance, who wants to make music to match her energy, and that's basically what I'm trying to do.
Definitely, and I love that. I love that. So, trying to think of what I was going to say. So what are you currently working on then?
So I am currently in the studio. I have 3 downloads coming out, and I have mixtapes coming out, which is called Stomping Sessions on my SoundCloud. And I've just got 2 releases signed. My first one has just gone up today. It's coming out next month, called Time, which I'll tell a bit of a backstory about it. And so yeah, my first release under my new alias Nadia, alias should I say, is coming out on the 22nd of August. So yeah, it's been signed by Cheeky Tracks, and yeah, this is just the start of my new journey. So I'm excited for it.
Well, what I would say to you is, when that comes out, send it to the podcast Instagram, and I'll share it on the thing, because this is what about when someone's been a guest. It's like, I don't like to say in the circle, because I don't believe in that. I think everyone's, together. But I always like to, like, when someone's been on the podcast, like, I want to do is me as a DJ, I want to try and do as much as possible for people, because I feel like my purpose as a DJ is to help as many people with what I do. Like, I'm not an expert in any way, but, like, I feel like I was put on this earth to be the guy that
just empowers, innit?
Exactly,
just empowers people.
Like, it's not about me, it's about everybody else. I like helping people get to, like, showcase what they're doing. Like, oh, look at this person, she's super talented. Look at this rapper, he's got such a different vibe, and he's unique. You need to listen to this guy. That's my sort of thing. And I wouldn't say influencer, because I'm not interested in that lifestyle. But I definitely, like, anything you've got, just send it over here and I'll share it. I want to be as helpful as possible, because I think
appreciate that. Thank you so much, Anna.
Music is the thing that is the one thing, language that people connect to.
It's a universal language that everybody knows.
Definitely. So yeah. So for you, what does daily success look like?
Daily success? I think daily success for me would be just having what I get, which is amazing, is people messaging me, and I get a lot of people messaging me saying, oh, you've inspired me to do this, or this is amazing. And it just shows that I'm helping people in that way with music, which is what I want to do. Like, I
Mm.
want to be able to share my music because it's helped me so much. Like, you know, we a lot of people struggle with mental health and dark days
Yeah.
and stuff, and it is difficult. And I just feel like I just want to share my story about what's happening and music and stuff, and just try and share a bit of my energy and pass it on. And you know, I get called human sunshine, and I think giving human sunshine to
I can
people
understand that.
is amazing. And that for me is like daily success. Just having those messages come through just to show that it's working. You know what I mean? So yeah, that'd be my daily success, I'd say. Just having people who I don't even know message me and just say, "Oh, you've inspired me to do this. Oh, I'm doing
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
I really love seeing you. You make me really happy." You know, I think that's amazing.
Definitely. I mean, I can relate there. Like, I've had a few guests that they just messaged me from like the other side of the world and asked, "Can I be a guest? I've listened to it. I like it. I want to be a part of this." Of course, I'm going to say yes. If you've taken the time from America to say you want to be a part of this, they make me feel like the richest person in the world. I'm okay. I'm not financially rich, but like them messaging me to say, yes, I want to be a part of this. Can I be a part of this? I feel so rich.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
it's great. It's great, isn't it? It's great. And
It's
like,
great. Yeah, just having all these
I,
new people and just messaging, it's amazing.
definitely, definitely. I think we're going to move to the next round, which is discography, where we talk about your music. So 1 second, and we'll be back with that. Okay, so this is discography where we talk about your music. So to start that off, I want to start that off by talking about silly. I always get the name wrong here, but Silly Stompers mix session, if I've said that correctly.
Stomping
So how did that?
sessions.
Yeah, stomping sessions.
Silly stompers.
I'm so dyslexic it hurts sometimes because I
Oh,
actually
it's
have.
okay, don't worry. It is a mouthful though, silly stompers. I just wanted to just bring some
Yeah.
silliness to the mix, you know what I mean?
So how did that come about then?
It was just in my mind. I just thought, basically, I love to stomp when I'm out. I always say, let's go and have a stomp because I really like to get involved in dance and really hit it hard. So when I was making this music, so it's obviously between like 140 BPM, can go up to 160. So it is really stomping music. It is
Yeah.
inspired by all the bounce music. I'm making this bouncy sort of techno. And yeah, so stomping sessions, I was just sat there one day and I just thought, oh, silly stompers, let's do that. And I've done some mixers and we've done really well. So yeah, it's just going to be a mix series that comes out when I can and just keep it rolling. But yeah, I've had some great feedback. Some people have said that they've cleaned their house really quick listening to it. People have gone for runs and smashed it out. So that's what it's about.
You know, it's funny you say this actually, because I did a gig I go to a venue in Chorley called Vestry quite a lot, and there's a lady there that is a bar lady, and she said to me to send me a mix because she was going to clean a house to it. So I think there's a niche in the market there.
That's what we
Let's
need.
make cleaning music.
Hashtag, innit? Just to get your house cleaned up
Like,
quickly or even a run.
I mean, you could sponsorship by Sillet Bang and you'd be sorted, wouldn't you?
Imagine. Silly bang, like silly stomp, I love it. Silly stomps.
I love that we've gone off on a tangent here, but I love it. Yeah. So also, I noticed on here that you've been involved with a radio station called Unity Radio. Do you want to tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, so Dave Farrell gave me a message, Unity Radio, because obviously I'm Burnley, so Unity Radio's Manchester. It's it is the biggest dance radio station in Manchester. And yeah, I played that, which was madness because I was in a room with like 4 people and I was playing out to thousands around Manchester, which was a mad, weird experience. But yeah, I loved it. I loved it. It was mad. So yeah, I really thank you. Shout out to Unity and Dave Farrell for the opportunity. So I've got something new coming for a radio station in Leeds who have asked me. So that'll be coming out soon. So I'll tell you more about that. But yeah, so we've obviously moving out to a different city. So we'll see what Leeds is saying.
Yeah. I mean, my sister lives over that way, and I like because I'm over that way. Like now and again, see my nephew and nieces. I like see I. Sometimes you just can't stop being a DJ or like a producer. You can just see things, don't you? I like past venues. I'm like, oh, I'm going to add them on the Instagram and see if they've got anything going. But no, I'd like to get over to that sort of side of the country and see what like how it differs from like Lancashire and stuff. Because like I feel like each county has their own sort of like thing when
Yeah.
you DJ. Do you know what I mean?
I want to try and move up to like Newcastle and Glasgow.
Yeah.
Like Hannah Langry posted one of my tracks on TikTok, and I got loads of Scottish fans, and they love it. They are absolute ravers. I can't wait to go up to Scotland and rave with a Scottish man. They're absolutely nuts. I love it.
Yeah, you know, actually, I've seen something. I think I've got a DJ on my socials that is Scottish, and I do speak to her occasionally. I don't know her, just to be clear, but I do speak to her occasionally, and yeah, they like the Scottish audience do look like they have fun.
The best time, don't they?
They've got an open deck.
Now
Open
they
deck
can
and
stomp. The Scottish can stomp, and that's what it's about.
Definitely. Well, I'm actually half Scottish because, like, my grandma and granddad, like my mum's side, is all Scottish. So, like, there's a bit of my heritage, Scotland.
Love
My
that.
grandma was a. Now, this was an old term. So, my grandma was a gay Gordon. They used to say. It obviously meant something different then, but like I say, yeah. So I've got Scottish heritage, like I say.
Love
So
that.
I've always wanted to go up there and like explore it a bit more and like go and see where my grandma used to live in Scotland and stuff. So I don't know why I'm sharing this, but you brought
We'll have
back a
to
memory
go up.
there.
We'll have to go up and have a rave one day and go and see where
You
like your dad's from and that.
know, we'll get two coaches. We'll get the I can't even say it, the Our House Your House crew. We'll get the
Yeah.
Preston DJ Social crew, and we'll just
The
take
Burnley
over
lot.
Scotland and the Burnley lot. Yeah, we'll just take over Scotland. I'll be bucket
Yeah.
hats everywhere.
I'd love that. I'd love that.
So yeah, so I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm forgetting what when you write notes. Sometimes I forget what I wrote. So I wrote New Dawn here. I'm assuming
Yeah.
that's a track. I must have listened to that. The one, you know, the silly stompers you were saying about before. There was a song at the beginning of one of them. It might have been January, February. It's called Reb Thin Intro Song. It was like
Yeah.
the first song. I really like that track.
Yeah. I found that on SoundCloud as a free download, and yeah, it's incredible, and it's obviously reminders of like the old school stuff. Do you know what I mean? It's like this New Dawn. What I did was actually the Tony DeVitt remix. It was just a remix for a free download that I put up, which I've got a few.
I'm remembering now what I actually meant from my writing here. This is embarrassing, but it's hilarious
No,
at the
it's all
same
right.
time.
It's just an absolute tune, and I thought, do you know what? I'll just put a little
New Dawn, it's
twist
got
on
that
it.
bit in it, hasn't it? The get on up, get on up. Yeah. I know. Yeah, because I liked the build up at the end. That's because I wrote the notes here. I like the build up at the end, like before the last sort of like little bit. So I can remember now what I wrote.
I was just having a play about on Ableton, and yeah, I thought, do you know what? I'm putting it out as a free download, and yeah, it's done well. I've got obviously another free download that'll be coming very soon, which you'll like. But and then obviously my first release, which is so important to me. But I'm sure that you're gonna ask me about that.
Definitely. So, in terms of music, that's a good segue actually. What's coming up then? Like in terms of music, like what's the plan? Like 2025, end of 2025, going into 2026.
Yeah.
What's the plan?
I've got a collaboration with a Liverpool legend called Rob Kane, which has been played out at Be Heard this weekend, where I've been. This is why my voice is a bit dodgy. And I've got
I've seen the videos.
Yeah, it was crazy. But Uber Jacked, who's massive, has been supporting my track. So that's coming out as a free download. May get on a label, we'll see. But if not, it's coming out as a free download. I've got also one called Set Me Free, which is a really old school tune. Also done a remix of Laura Branigan's Self Control. I don't know if you played Grand Theft Auto, but you'll remember it when it comes out.
I think it's ringing bells. I'm gonna have to Google that. Like I say.
You'll love it.
Anything anyone mentions, when I edit it back, I always write it down, and I'm like, right, I'm going to look that up, and then my Spotify becomes this like mishmash of like loads of
Loads of
different
mad
dance
stuff.
music, so it's interesting. But hey, no, I love that.
Well,
I love that. Like,
well, it's not out yet, but you'll know it because it's Creatures of the Night. You'll hear it,
yeah,
so
yeah,
that's
yeah,
coming
yeah.
out. But obviously my first biggest release, it's my debut, is Time, which comes out on the 22nd of August, been signed by Cheeky Tracks, and obviously the song basically is when I was Nadia Lucy, I obviously did so much, and I had a big best friend who from 30 years who came with me to all the gigs. I mean, we did Battle Cancer, we raised thousands to Battle Cancer, doing 8-hour sets around the world, playing at
Yeah.
Warehouse Project. I opened up for Hannah once. It was just like all sorts that I did as Nadia Lucy, 2 number 1 releases on Beatport. And then obviously, really things happen in life. And,
Yeah.
my best friend passed away, and
Hmm.
it was obviously traumatic because it was in my house and stuff. It was traumatic. So I took myself to the other side of the world and just didn't play for 3 years. Like my world just went silent. I just didn't even want to play, which is mad for me. But my
Yeah.
passion started coming back in abundance when I started listening to all this bouncy techno stuff. And obviously it reminded me of when I was a child and a teenager, and me and Jordan used to rave to it. And I know that he would have loved me doing it. So the song Time just basically says in it, sometimes you need time to figure things
Yeah.
out, what life's all about, because, stuff can happen and you do need time. So we've
Definitely.
had a music
Definitely.
video made, and yeah, it's coming out on the 22nd of August. It's the debut track for Nadia, and I'm well excited to drop it.
Yeah. Just want to say quickly, first of all, I'm sorry that happened to you. And secondly, I can, in your voice, it's nice when I didn't know this person, but you can tell that he lives on through you talking about him. And I always think, and I don't want to upset you here, just so we'll move on in a second. But I do feel like as long as you're talking about the people that are sadly with us, they're still with us. Do you know what I mean? If you still got the memories and you're still talking about them. So I just wanted to say that I don't want to upset you. So
No,
we'll
no,
just
thank you, because it's true, because I do have him in my ear, his
mm,
motivation. I can hear him going,
yeah,
yes, pal, the
yeah,
music's sick, pal, and that's what's getting me up and about, and
yeah,
I'm doing it.
yeah,
That's all he wanted, you see, for me, he
yeah,
came to so many gigs, while playing at Sankey's in Manchester. He came, it was like, mate, that's a sicker set. He loved it, and so it's just basically that's what he wanted for me. He didn't want me to be down and out and not doing
yeah, yeah,
music. So it just took time for me to heal a little bit. And obviously I'm not fully healed, but this is helping a lot. Music, it is
yeah,
therapy, isn't it?
definitely, and I love that I feel like obviously I don't know and I don't want to speak too much about this, but like obviously you're clearly honouring his memory by the things you're doing, so you should
And
be
that's
proud.
what's
You should be
important.
you should be proud of yourself. Like I don't know him, but I'm sure he'd be more than proud. Do you know what I mean? Like, but anyway, I don't want to
Yeah,
upset you.
no, it's
I'm
okay, but
going.
thank you. I appreciate
I'm
that.
gonna
I
move on
don't. It
here.
makes
So,
me. It makes my heart. It just gives me warmth. So thank you.
I mean, I've cried on this podcast before, so
Yeah, we're not
that's on the
crying. We
internet
can't
now.
cry. It's big smiles and positive energy. I need to keep it up.
Exactly. I'm bringing the energy down here, but
No,
anyway.
It's just nice to speak about, because that's a massive part of my
Yeah,
story.
definitely,
So
definitely, definitely. Yeah, and I think that's the thing about music, isn't it? Like when it comes from a place that's so real, then the music is real. Do you know what I mean? Because of the story behind it and the energy that you bring to it and the passion that you put into it. So definitely, like, just keep doing what you're doing. That's all I'm going to say to you, and everything's going to be all right. To quote Bob
thank you.
Marley.
Yeah, thank you.
So
Appreciate it.
quickly. So this is a left of field question. So, what do you prefer doing? Producing or DJing, or do you not see it as not a compromise, but do you not see like it as two separate things? Do you see it more as like a continuance of the other thing?
I just think, obviously, when I started DJing and I wasn't producing, it was amazing playing everybody else's music. But to be honest with you, I am so creative in my mind that I just wanted to start making my own music to play out. And since I've started doing this, I've had to have someone like Uberjack to play my tune is nuts. And it feels like
Yeah,
I've got to that really good, to be able to play your own music on a DJ performance is very important, because I know I can DJ and I know I can play other people's music, but to be able to play a set with like 7 of your own tracks in, say, or a full set with all your tracks in, and people love it, I think that is, honestly, that is like the biggest goal for me. That's going to be incredible, to play a full set with my own tunes, and yeah,
Definitely.
that'll be massive for me. Yeah, it's big. I love other music. I will filter it in, but yeah, I do think
Yeah.
producing for me is important, because I've got such a creative mind when it comes to music. So yeah, I think I love producing. I also love DJing because I feed off a crowd. So it's like one of them. I love them both.
I love that. Like, I think also it depends where you are in your DJ journey. Like for you, like that's where it is. Like, but for me, my ambition at the moment is to DJ and more towards residency, and then
Yeah.
once I've done that, it's going to be like producing then, because I feel like at the moment all I'm ever going to achieve, which is still a good thing, and I'm not dissing
Yeah,
it in any way, is residency. That's my focus and my goals, and then once I've done that, then it's going to be the making of my own stuff. But I just need a bit more time. But like you said before, slow and steady wins the race.
It
But
does.
no,
Just take your time. Little goals. If you start taking it all in, it starts getting really complicated, and you just got to concentrate on one thing, achieve it, write down your next goal, smash it, achieve it, and just keep doing it like that, and you'll be fine. You'll smash it out. Trust me.
So yeah, I think we've covered discography there. So I think what we're going to do is move to the next round, which is Dream Big. So 1 second, and we'll be back with that. Okay, so this is Dream Big, and in Dream Big we talk about your future aspirations for your music. So to start that off, what is your biggest aspiration for your music? When people look back through history and they go, there's your music, what do you want people to sort of feel or get from your like body of work?
I just want it to really help people. I mean, if you have one of my tracks saying playing at Glastonbury of, say, I don't know, Hannah Lang or someone like that is going to be huge. Like, that's a future goal. Like, I want my music just to be played out to as many people as possible. And, you know, it's something that I just feel like my music to be able to, for people to listen to and actually understand it, and you know, for it to help people will be incredible. I mean, this time tune, I've had so many people asking me about it, and yeah, it's such a big thing. So we'll just see what happens with it. But yeah, like my big future obviously goal would be amazing, just to be able to get on a huge label, like a proper top tier label. And once that's done, like to be able to play, I don't know, but in Thailand and just travel the world DJing, playing my music would be, that's the ultimate goal.
Yeah, definitely. I can totally get that. Like, I've not really traveled much outside of the UK. The only place I've been to is Canada. So, like, I
It's
can
still
totally
amazing. Canada's incredible.
I've been to Canada like 8 times.
Wow.
It's like my favorite country, but no, yeah, definitely. I can imagine, like, obviously I've not been to Ibiza, so that's going to be an adventure. But I'm glad that I'm not doing it when I'm like 18, because I feel like mistakes would be made.
Yeah, definitely.
No matter how streetwise you are, mistakes would be made. But
Honestly,
yeah,
you're so right.
but
You're so right.
funny enough, Canada's got quite a good music scene.
Yeah.
There's this underground rave. It still is legal. It's like a legal rave, but it's an underground sort of rave. And I would love just to get a flight to Canada just to go to it. They all dress up in like steampunk sort of stuff. It looks crazy, and it looks crazy fun. So yeah. But anyway, what was I going to say? That's it. So moving on. So talking about your music there, what would be like the dream artist or artists to collaborate with?
Wow. Well,
It's a hard
so
question.
many.
This round, I don't feel like I ask easy questions. So full disclosure. But yeah, what would be the dream artists or artists that you want to work with? And I mean, that could be anyone from a vocalist to a producer to a DJ. Like,
That's
It's hard,
that's
isn't it?
it's a hard question. Like, there's a lot. I mean, I love Clementine Douglas. I always have since years ago. I know she's blown up with Calvin Harris now, but I remember her playing, collaborating with Hannah once and stuff like that, like 3-4 years ago. And I've always been a massive fan of her vocal. And when it comes to like DJs, like there's so many DJs I'd love to collaborate with, but because my genre now isn't like house music, proper house, like it's fast, it's
Yeah,
rave
yeah.
music. So, like, obviously, I would absolutely love, like, there's Armin van Buuren, there's, like, Eats Everything would be amazing because he's good. He's incredible. Sorry, I shouldn't swear, but I
It's all right.
absolutely.
Do not worry because I clicked the explicit content button on the thing, whether it's got
Oh,
it or
good.
not. So then they can't sue me.
Yay, that's good. But yeah, like, obviously, I'd love to collaborate with Hannah Lang and Uberjacked. And it's just, honestly, Tidy Boys, the list could go on and on and on.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
There's just so many, but yeah, they would be the ones that I'd love to. And yeah, I mean, I've got some local singers here who did Clubland and stuff, which I'm looking forward to collaborating with.
Oh, cool.
And yeah, just see what happens.
See, like I've been thinking about the future, and I've been thinking like when I get into producing, I'd love to take like artists that like you would not expect to be in like electronic dance music and put
Yeah.
them in like an opera singer or something crazy like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
like I'd love to like do things like that. I'd love to do like mad things like that. Like I feel like that'd be my style, but
I'd love to
until I
maybe
do
just
it,
get a good female rapper in one day and stuff. I mean, I used to rap when I was a kid. I can't do it anymore. But when I was improvising all the time, doing little rap. But yeah,
yeah.
it'd be good to get like a rapper in and stuff, and you could have so much fun, couldn't you? This is what I mean. If I was in the studio 24/7 and I could do it, I'd be just doing it every day. I'd just be all out and just like, who's coming down, who wants to do this, and just getting as much stuff together and just seeing what you can work with. I mean, as soon as you hear that vocal or hear that sample or anything and it clicks, it's just like the Get
Yeah.
Crazy that I've just made, honestly, just clicked. It just everything worked. When you're making a track and it's like that, it's unbelievable when everything fits. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like it's
I mean,
amazing.
like I don't know, I totally don't get what you're saying there. Like, there's no other like feeling that can describe it. It just like for me that like sort of fulfills me in a way that I can't express.
Yeah. Yeah,
My
no,
God, I
it's
feel like I've been
incredible.
saying some very deep stuff today. I've
Oh
had
no, it's
interviews all
good. We
day.
need to be like this. This is what it's about sharing.
Definitely. So this is the example I give. So the last question I want to ask you is: so is there any other sort of like dreams in music or ambitions? Like for me, I'd love to make like a heavy dance James Bond theme. That's like a big aspiration for me. I grew up watching James Bond, and a lot of it was because of the music in James
Yeah,
Bond. Like there was a different title sequence, and then like the way they would like do a reprise of the same track and stuff. Like that's sort of one of the reasons I got into music. So yeah, for me, making like a dance track version of a James Bond theme would be like the dream. So for you, would there be any sort of like left or right of field ambitions that you think, do you know what? That's a little bit like unexpected, but I'd love to do that one day.
I'd love to. There's two things really. I'd love to obviously make my own event, but right now DJing and producing and social
I can
media
imagine,
just
yeah.
too much. But I would love to do like a big event where I absolutely love, like you say, positive energy and happiness, and I'd love to put on just an incredible event. I like Beat Heard I've just been to the weekend is incredible. The people are so nice, and like you don't see any fighting, you don't see anything like that. Everyone's just happy, dancing, smiling at each other. And that's what it's about. Like, I'd love to make a really nice, positive event, and I'd also, when I'm older, love to do some free DJ lessons for like children in care and stuff like that. Just helping people basically. So I'd love to like later on, let people come into my studio. Hopefully, I've got one built. Hopefully, which I think I might, and just like have them in. Children, disadvantaged children like with learning difficulties,
Definitely,
just children that I can help, because I've worked with children in care and I feel like if you give them something like the DJing or production, and they like it, like you could turn the course of a life into something really positive. And I work with children in care, and I gave some DJ lessons, and they loved it. And I just think that's something that I'd love to do later on in life.
I love that, and I think like especially children that are from a background where, let's just to make it sound nicer, they've not had the best start, shall we say.
Yeah.
I think that's really important because when whatever may be going on, they need some sort of positive outlets.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
to have something like DJing, like I used to go to a boxing gym, and there was always like younger, sort of like, well, obviously they were kids. What am I on about? Younger, they were kids when they talking rubbish here. There were kids there, and obviously clearly they had like issues going on at home. But like when they were in that gym, it was
Yeah.
the discipline, it was the showing up on time, it was
Yeah.
the regiment of it that gave them something to focus on. Like if they were late, they got sent home. They couldn't take part in it, so it taught them discipline and stuff. And you're right, it is right. Like especially the state of the world at the moment, we need more things like that. Especially like now, it's the summer holidays as we're recording this. Like
Yeah.
already in the town I live in, there's someone. I think I'm not sure if it was kids, but that something's been set on fire. Like.
Yeah.
Silly things like that, like
But it's
because
just
there's nothing
boredom,
for
though, isn't it? For them,
exactly. I was going to say it's
do.
no fault of their own. Like I say, it's just there's nothing out there for them. There's just literally nothing. So then they end up in situations like that, and you think, I mean, we've gone quite serious here, but it's a good point. It's a good point we make here. Like we're talking from a positive point of view here. I think.
Yeah, of course. It's important for children to have music. Like, it really helped me when I was younger. Like really helped me, and I feel like even if you're coming in MC, even if you're coming and do production, DJing, just anything like music. Everybody listens to music, don't they? Do you know what I mean? So I think it'd just be good for them just to, like you say, have that, and that's something once I am settled and can stop working full time and actually work on music full time, is have a day in where I can go to different schools or children's homes and yeah, just try and help them as much as I can.
Well, I love that. I love that. Yeah, so let me just have a look here, see if we're missing anything. So, if people want to find your content, what platforms are that you on, and what is the name we're searching for?
Yes,
Because I'm always,
so
I'm always, I'm always clear about like what the actual thing is you need to search for. Because then I want to make sure that I'm helpful as possible to you. Because
I appreciate it. But yeah, it's at Nadia, Nadia, UK Music, and that's on everything. Facebook, Instagram, SoundCloud, YouTube, which the music video comes out next month. I'm just learning about YouTube. I've only just got my head around TikTok. So it's just one of them. YouTube's going to be next. But yeah, you just need to try and learn these platforms because they're just all different. The algorithms and all the stuff. Like I'm just learning.
Yeah.
But yeah, at Nadia UK Music, come and find me, and it'll be amazing to link up with everybody and have a chat. So yeah, just message me if you've heard the podcast, and yeah, we can chat and I can show you what I'm up to.
Okay, and finally, have you got any gigs or anything like live coming up?
So I have basically tomorrow I'm off to Zanzibar for a couple of weeks. Then when I get back, I've decided it's just working studio, and I'm going to do a gig for someone called Compact Events, which is amazing. And I'm also going to keep some stuff to be confirmed. But we have to wait and see for that.
Yeah, I'm like that currently at the moment, but it's not like a DJ gig; it's something else. So.
Yeah,
anyway,
it's hard to say when it's not announced, so I have to keep my mouth a little bit. But yeah, just follow me and you'll see.
I mean, I feel like I've already said too much about my thing already. Shut up, Richard.
Anyway. You gotta be so careful.
I know, yeah, you don't want to get in trouble. So I want to firstly say thanks so much for giving me your time. I really appreciate it. Like I say, it was great interviewing you. I've really enjoyed this, and yeah, I just want to say thank you for giving me your time, coming on the podcast. I really appreciate speaking with you, and I just always love your energy. And I'm not saying that to be nice. people in the comments. I genuinely mean it. Like, if there's more people with your energy, like, imagine what the world would be like. It'd be like
I
so good.
appreciate that. No, I just
So
want to,
yeah,
I just want to. So yeah, thank you. That's a lovely compliment. Thank you very much.
no, you're welcome. Like I say. So yeah, we're gonna end it there. So thanks so much for being a guest. And any content you're putting out, like be it music or anything, send us a message or like share it to the Instagram account, and I'll post it on the thing so that anyone listens to this, they'll see like updates of what you're up to. And like I'm trying to build a bit of a community of like a place for people to put their like new stuff coming out, so that there's another platform or like place to actually sort of like get it seen. So that's my ambition with that. But no, thanks so much for coming on the podcast. I'll leave you to your evening,
Amazing.
and thanks very much.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you.
In the mix with DJ Rambo Rich.